So this is a home page. In the home page, you can see there is two main function. One is cloud native storage, which will be the your unstructured data store, or now we call that vector store, will be hosted in this page. But for now, for this session, we will focus more on LangFlow. So what is a LangFlow? We may heard a lot of names starting with long chain, long graph, LangFlow. So I don't know why they pick this long as a prefix, but in short is an open source library where you can easily to build AI application. Either is a RAG chatbot, or is an agent, or is a multiple agent like Crew AI. You can use this LangFlow to have this low code or no code experience. It's literally a click and drag experience. Let me start with the simple example. So under LangFlow, you can create your project. So if we start here, a new flow. So here you three like start for this LangFlow. You can start with a basic prompting. It's like a simple chatbot powered by generative AI, or is a RAG with vector store, or is a simple agent with some tool, search tool, or generate coding. And they have more use case here, like assistant. More of this is like a simple agent frame classification. They do sentiment analysis, coding, generate website, content generation. So let's start with the simple one, basic prompting. I will build this on, do a live demo, since I think I'm confident we can do that within a short time. Essentially, you have this like a canvas. You can build your application. My thinking on this is like think that as a data flow. Data flow, how you want the application handle this process. And on the left side, you have many different components you can pick and just drag into the on the right side, this canvas. For example, we already have a chat input, basically where you give your questions. We can also add a text input. Then the output, we can do that. Output, we have chat output or text output. We have a chat output as well. Now we want to add a model. So here you can see we have many different vendor to provide large language model. We have WatsonX as well. We have some local model hosting like Olama. Yeah, here LM Studio. I think this one can be more customized as well, DeepSync. So if we pick one, for example, we already have one for OpenAI. This is under model. In this component, the model component, you think about this data flow we mentioned earlier. You have a question, you want to send your question to the model. So that will basically, after input in the next component or the component you want to connect it will be this AI model. Then you can click and drag, literally like that. And this color coding somehow show you what is the type the input output is. If it's the same type, you can make the connect. If it's not different type, it will have a different color like this. You cannot click them or link them. Then we have our question as an input. We put that as an input for the model. And we want to have, for example, the system message. So we have a prompt here. You kind of give some character for your agent to want to be enthusiastic about helping start building something fresh. Then in this OpenAI model component, I think something we need to configure is API key. So this API key I got from OpenAI. Then you can pick the model you want to try. Or O-mini is fine. Then you give your output. After you have this flow connect set up, you can have a quick testing. For example, we start with hello. Then we can see the output is from here. Then we can ask some question. Maybe I'm in Melbourne. I was asking how many kangaroo in Australia. So this one, basically the question was sent to OpenAI, and it asking, give you response. 50 million. Oh, this is more than I expected. That is a quick demo for this basic prompting. And if I think another one we can quickly try is for if we want to change to a different model. Let's see. Maybe the model we all favorite. Our common favorite is watsonx AI. So here you similar idea. You link to the input, you link to the system message, and when you do the configuration, there is think if you use this before, will be quite easy for you to figure out how to do that. We'll quickly do this. The output I will link to watsonx.ai. The API endpoint based on where you're hosting your watsonx, you pick the one hosted. For now, this one I hosted in US. If I quickly show us is so in your IBM Cloud, we go to the home page. Then you have your Watson Studio setup is the US. Then there's other configuration, project ID and API that is in your project you created. So you have a project ID here. The API will be created under IAM, so where you can create your API key. So give that configuration a little bit more than OpenAI. Then you pick the model you want to try. All this model is the model we have watsonx.ai. Similar idea, you do the playground, but this time I think it will give you the answer from watsonx AI instead of OpenAI. This is the model here. This watsonx AI. Then the publish, you can share this in your website. So you embedded this one, and you can access this. If you build an agent, you can access in program. There's an example, use Python, JavaScript, or just this curl API. Can also share this as a public, I think it's public accessible for people to play with that. Let me see. Haven't tried this yet. Then I think for now, I think people have a basic understanding for the how to build a LangFlow or build a flow, use LangFlow. I think I can use a few more minutes to show you a more advanced example. For RAG, I think is a common one. This is RAG. If we start new, you will get something like this. It gave you a template for you to start. So this one have a basically two flow. Flow one here, bottom, is to create a vector store based on your knowledge or your file. The second step is to build that retrieval flow. where you basically do the retrieval augmented generation. So in the load data flow, you can see many component can serve different purpose. This one, you upload your file. I do is annual report. Then first of all, you create this vector store. You can give more configurations, pick your embedding model. Embedding model can connect to your data store, and you create a new database or create a new collection. Then after you've done this one, for this one, you can just click the last component to run this component. It will automatically starting from the beginning into the last one. So that is how you kind of run this flow to get your data in the vector store. Then the above is how you build that RAG workflow input, and you have your question. Your question is passed to this vector store as a search query. It will retrieve the relevant component, which is the letter R in RAG. Then the augmented happened here, augmented your question is linked with the context or search result, which is here. Basically, this one do a data parser the data into some string. Put here, you have a prompt. In prompt, you ask to be this format, context, and your question. Then you got your language model here to do the generation, right? We have retrieval augmented your question with query, then generate the response. RAG, which is RAG, then let's see, the testing, what is this document about? This document is regarding IBM annual report. This is a RAG. Another one will be the hot topic for agent. So agent, essentially we have a large language model, but powered with different tool. For example, AI search is a good tool to add for a large language model to kind of give more latest or recent knowledge. Similar idea, think about the flow, how you build this. And the component we're using is called agent, and you give agent different configuration. The difference here is you give a tool for the agent, right? The tool we have is another AI search. Then you want the data output as a specific structure. You can build some table, all this familiar interface for people, what field or what output you want, what are they, what is the tab, and then you do another kind of data structure manipulation for the output. So this one is essentially do a search for a specific company, then it will respond as is structure. That is the agent. Then after I done this three, I said myself, let's do something challenge. Let's say how far we can go. As this is in preview, I don't expecting everything works. So I do this start from the scratch, and I notice we have a Crew AI bundle. They have some like bundle here to wrap. From my understanding, is like to make this easy to use. I think many of us may have the experience to build a Crew AI. So essentially, if you have done this earlier, in Python, your Crew AI, basically you need to do this YARN file to do the configuration. Different agent. The Crew AI is like multiple agent framework for multi-agent solution. So you have agent for researcher, what is agent role or goal, and another agent called analyst. So you have all this in this YARN configure file, and you have your Python to put them all together. Then you basically run this. But the experience looks like different in this LangFlow. So they create this component for you to easily just copy paste this configuration in this component, like what is the role, goal, backstory. The tool we provided is another search. Large language model, we want to use OpenAI or IBM watsonx. Then you have the next task is this one, similar setup, and you kind of put them together, use this crew. Crew will be like multiple agent become a crew. Then you have an output for to play with that. I didn't get this success. I think it's some more configuration or library issue. But if you want to get the bottom of this, there is a Python code you can further troubleshooting. For example, this one, if we look into this, then there is more details, more details you can look into. Also, you can see the error or logging when you play with it. All right, I think that is a good or quick demo for LangFlow.